Good morning and welcome to TDR's Tech Talk for today. As you can see, I have quite a few different reed projects that I'm always working on. One of the members brought up a thing on actually removing the tip of the reed cages and said that he had talked to Nobby Clark years ago and said that they have done that and it worked very well. These were done probably in the 80s. I actually took one reed cage and completely removed the end. The other one, I actually used a piece of stainless steel, put it into the tip of the cage just to give it some support. That worked very well. Never really panned out that great. The tips of the reeds would fail very quickly. The actual overall flow was much less than I expected it to be. That's why I started to go back and revisit all the angles of what I call as the diamond or the wedge at the tip of the cage. That makes the most sense on pushing the pedal up, atomizing the fuel, versus just allowing no restriction at the tip. That pressure of the angle pushing on the tip actually opens the pedal better than just having a straight flow like you see here. I had these extrusions made years ago. I've got enough to do probably about 500 Banshee reed cages or RZ reed cages, which I will be visiting that and basically firing up my CNC machine and going back through everything. Another thing today that I'm gonna focus on is the vertical and horizontal splitting of the reed cages. As you can see, Delta V-Force has done this. Chariot makes a crossover intake manifold that has a horizontal splitter to help divide it up. What that does is as your throttle openings come up to about halfway, it forces 99% of the fuel and 99% of the velocity through the bottom of the cage, and then the bottom reeds work better than the top reeds. You can see that the manifold actually mounts up right with the reed cage. After that, we go into the rubber intake flange, and then in the carburetors we run Thunder products. We run basically, these are what they call torque wings, and they fit in the spigot of the carburetor straight in line with all of the vertical and horizontal splits of the Delta V-Force cage. What this does is it keeps the vortex from happening. Anytime you have a round orifice and you have velocity or air flowing through it, it tends to want to spin. This straightens everything out, keeps it directional, forces it where it needs to be. And then after that, we also have the different power jets. There's a Thunder Products power jet, and that is a Dave Moore power jet. I will be visiting a lot more on power jets, how they work, the fact that you can use multiple power jets. You can actually take and put a power jet for the top part of your circuits, for top end. You can put a power jet in the lower section of this vertical or horizontal split to atomize your fuel at mid-range, low end and mid-range. And that's another topic that I will be covering as well.